Don't drink milk or other milk products. There you go. I have passed doctor. I am 100% a doctor now. I've dealt with your lactose intolerance. Don't drink milk or other milk products. There you go. Good morning, everyone. Dave from the wee hours here, back with some more Project Hospital, where I noticed that Dr. Bobcat is still playing solitaire on the computer. Not cool, Dr. Bobcat. Maybe you could do doctor stuff. But I have big plans for today. There's a couple of things that I want to get done because I took some time to actually figure out, well, things. I know, ain't nobody tuning into the wee hours for competent gameplay, but it was really bugging me that I couldn't figure out how to build the X-ray room in the last episode, because it's a task, it's a quest I've got to do, and it just simply wouldn't let me do it. So what I did in the meantime, between that episode and this episode, is I started an entirely new game on my own time, just so I could fidget with it, I could play around with it without tying up recording time or boring the heck out of my viewers, which is what I have a tendency to do when I'm trying to learn how to do something. So not only did that reveal how to build the X-ray room, which is very nice, but it also led me to an important fact about the receptionist versus the waiting room that I think is really key. Now, when we built the waiting room, I had said at the time there's no real difference between the waiting room and the receptionist. You don't need both because they do exactly the same thing. Yes and no. Yes and no. The waiting room and the receptionist both provide, well, patient access. Patients can use the clinic if there is a waiting room or a receptionist. Don't need both. However, the receptionist is staffed with a nurse. And what the receptionist will do, well, you know what? Let's build some stuff and we'll find out. So I've got a little area down here that I'm going to earmark as our new reception area versus our waiting room, which is over on the other side here. So let's do some really obvious stuff, like get some doors going. Otherwise, nobody can actually get in the building. So let's have a door here, and then over, let's use the white double doors for the reception area here. Good. Now, to the management area, let's make this reception. Now, this will need a nurse. We have to staff this. So it is going to cost us a salary to do this, but there's a neat little thing that the nurse will do that the waiting room will not do. So let's get the basics going on. Obviously, we need to have all the benches and chairs. So let's first build our reception desk. We can kind of build that in pieces. So there's the middle of the desk there. So people will come right in the door and they will meet the nurse receptionist. And this is the left-hand side of the desk, and that's the middle, and the right-hand side of the desk. So it looks really cool and actually looks like a proper reception desk. Let's get you an office chair so you can use that. And then, of course, you need the usual things like PC. Everyone's got to have a PC. Good. Why don't you have a paper holder as well? I feel you should hold your papers. Hold your papers there. No, really? You actually don't want to fit there. Oh, okay. Weird. All right, how about a printer? Do you want a printer? You really don't want a printer? Huh. That's odd. All right, how about, just for fun, if I move this and put down another middle section. Can you have a printer then? Can that only fit on the middle areas? And I don't actually know the answer to this question. Oh, okay, yeah, it only fits on the middle parts. All right, well, probably better you have a printer than a paper holder. That seems more sensible. I gave you a chair. You're all set with that. You're going to need some benches. Let's have some green benches. Now, people are just going to basically be locked into this room for right now. Although, as we expand, there'll probably be another door going out the back here to go to other places. I'm kind of seeing some rooms all along here, and then another corridor going behind it. That's my sort of tentative plan at the moment. So right now, you guys can just have basic chairs, benches, whatever these may be. And it doesn't need to be a ton of them, just like the waiting room. We don't have a whole lot of people in here right now. But how about a couple more? Let's also have those green. Let's at least make it match. So you can be sort of... Now, do I want another door? I kind of do. Yeah, hang on. Hold the phone here. I kind of want another door right here. Because that... I don't know why. It just seems like that would be a sensible thing to have. So let's have it match that door. But go the other way, please. There we go. Okay, good. Now, back to the stuff that I need. So give me back to here. Okay, we have all the basics. So this is functional right now as soon as we hire a nurse. But obviously there's people waiting here. We want to be gouging them. So let's get a vending machine in. and they can have a water dispenser if they're too cheap to buy anything from the vending machine. That works well. Let's just pretty it up a little bit. Can you have a cactus on the corner? Yes, you can. Okay, you have a cactus now. Fantastic. And you can have a plant over here. And how about a little nice plant here with some flowers on it? I like the look of that. Now, there should be a clock so people know how long they've been waiting in here. And then the other thing I was noticing, now where do those live again? Yes, the posters, right. So the posters will help patients be less bored while they're waiting. So they do actually have a function. So you can have one about the liver, one about the skull, and why don't you just have a sort of generic notice board that I don't actually think does anything, but, you know, it looks neat. Doesn't really want to live anywhere, though. There we go. Okay, good. Now, management. We need to hire a nurse for this. And that nurse needs to have reception skill. Okay, so Joseph Anderson has a receptionist skill of 39%, 32% on Rachel, and only 15 on Elizabeth Lewis. Well, Joseph Anderson, looks like you're in. So you work here now. Good. Thank you. All right, that should be all set. So when we get a couple of patients in here, we'll show off the nurse receptionist thing. But basically what the nurse receptionist is going to do is do triage in the reception room. So the nurse, what was your name? Joseph? Joseph. Okay. Where are you going? Joseph? Joseph? Where are you going? Maybe I should put a door here. That's a long walk. What are you doing? Are you just skiving off work? What's your deal? What is your thing, by the way? Night owl works more efficiently during the night. Well, that's not going to really come into play much, Joseph. You're just going all the way up to the employee lounge, aren't you? Yeah, I'm probably going to have to put another one of those in here somewhere. But anyway, the nurse receptionist is going to triage in the reception room. So the nurse will discover, you know, a couple of, well, one or two hidden symptoms and really just shave time off the diagnosis. So that's really key. By the time they get to the doctor, they've already got at least one hidden symptom discovered, and that's just going to shave down the diagnosis time, shave down the time that we need to treat everyone, basically churn and burn these patients much, much faster, well, at least a little bit faster. I mean, it's a valuable service that the nurse is doing. So that was my big revelation. I know everyone else on the planet who's plays Project Hospital knew that, but I didn't. I thought the waiting room and the reception area were synonymous and they could do the same thing. No, with the nurse there, you're actually getting the diagnosis started earlier. And having said all of this, I know, well, there's two reasons why that nurse didn't go anywhere. One, this is not earmarked as a corridor. And two, more importantly to me, it doesn't have floors. Let's get that corrected. All right, so all of this needs to be a corridor there. And I wonder if I should do one of my little mini waiting rooms. And then let's take down these walls here because we don't need those walls anymore. Boom. Okay. Now that corridor goes all the way around to all the different offices and tech labs and all that kind of stuff in the staff room. Hopefully that will shave down a little travel time for the nurse who just walked all the way around the building to go over to the staff room. So, is that you again? Yeah, okay, you're going back to work. Good. I kind of do appreciate that, actually. There's not even anyone here yet. Probably the best move right now is just to blaze through the rest of this day and get to the morning. And then we can see the receptionist in action and work on our X-ray lab. Okay, it's the next morning in the wee hours boo-boo help place, and our new nurse receptionist is triaging in the reception area. And we have already discovered a symptom. So that's the value of the nurse receptionist. We now know that Christopher Walker is vomiting. It probably didn't take much to find that hidden symptom, and I hope the janitors are nearby, but we've already kind of started the diagnosis. We've got a jump start on treating this patient because the nurse receptionist did the thing down there and said, hey, you're vomiting. You should probably go see the doctor. What the nurse receptionist can apparently also do is prioritize patients. So patients with more serious diseases will get to jump the line, jump the queue a little bit, and get in to see the doctor sooner. I love my miniature waiting room. This is working out great because otherwise that guy would have to be all the way down in one of these other ones. No, this is just fantastic. In fact, I'm going to start doing more of those. I really like the miniature waiting room, a la Theme Hospital. It just park a couple of benches outside, designate them as a waiting room, and what would be a great place to start doing that is in the X-ray department. So I know, the comments section is probably blazing in alarm going, how could you not figure out how to work the X-ray department, how to construct the X-ray department? Look, here's my thing in defense. When I look down, and I'm looking down in the bottom left corner here, and I see that emergency has color to it, but everything else is grayed out. I am hardwired after many, many years of playing video games to know that if something is grayed out, don't bother clicking on it because you can't do anything with it. Grayed out means not accessible, can't do it, walk away. That's what grayed out means. So, yes, I know, again, ain't nobody tuning into the wee hours for competent gameplay, but in my defense, and as a minor complaint about Project Hospital, if I see that all of these things down here, so radiology, intensive care, general surgery, all of these things are grayed out, I'm never going to click on that. I'm just not. I'm just going to go, oh, I can't do that yet. It must not be unlocked, because the only thing that has any color to it is emergency, and that's what I'm working on right now. However, all of that being said, that's what I needed to do to build the X-ray department. I absolutely can. If I click on radiology, I can totally build this. There's the X-ray room right there. I can earmark it out. I just didn't know it because it was grayed out. So let's build an X-ray department. We need some foundation. Now, I want that to be centrally located because many patients are going to need to use that over time, and I'd prefer to not have them walk a long way. So by centrally located, I think I want it to be close to as many doctor's offices as I can. I think right about here. And then we'll keep this open as a potential other corridor. So my corridors are 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is going to start here. It's an X-ray department, so it's going to need to be fairly big. Let's do that, although we don't have unlimited money. We've only got about just a shade under 50,000. Whoops. Okay, try that again. No, don't do that. 1, 2, 3. Boom, done. All right, let's try and actually use a mouse in a reasonably decent manner here, and yeah, that'll do. That'll do. All right, what walls do we want for an X-ray department? Maybe, ooh, yeah, how about a white tile with a sort of god-awful yellow top to it? Not that we're probably ever going to see the top to it, but there we go. You need a floor, and what's going to go with your horrible yellow walls? Well, a horrible yellow floor. Dark linoleum flooring. Boom. That's what you live with every day. Actually, that's not even that bad. You are going to need a door, and patients will be going in here, so we do need to make this accessible, not a staff-only door. And now, if I go down to radiology, oh, goodness, look, I can actually make this an X-ray room. There it is. Now, it's telling me I still don't have a waiting room. I will make one for you. You don't worry about that. I'll make you a couple of couches outside, and we'll earmark that as a waiting room. I'm not going to make one huge room just to satisfy this place, but now we can actually do the things. Now we can actually build an X-ray. So how much does this cost, by the way? Hang on. Oh, that's just $10,000 for an X-ray machine. Ooh, this better pay off. It will satisfy a quest, which should get us something, even if it's more patients from an insurance company. So X-ray there. Now, obviously, you need the fundamentals. You need a desk. Yeah, that's a decent place for a desk. You need a chair to sit at the desk. You need a PC to do things at the desk. And you probably need a printer, although apparently you don't. Okay, fine. That's totally fine. I'm totally okay if you don't need a printer. You need an equipment cabinet, though. That can live over there. That looks good. And you need an X-ray viewer to, view the X-rays. Does that live on this wall? Yep, it sure does. That can live over there. And you need the X-ray control panel. And you need one of those big lead vests, probably, but that's not an option. Okay, so that's the fundamentals. That's the only things that we need. Now, we could put a few others things. Yeah, I think you need a dressing screen in here, because people are going to want to have some privacy when they get on the X-ray thing. They're going to want to be able to change their clothes in private. A clock so you know how long you're being treated with excessive doses of radiation. And you know what? Seeing as you don't need a printer, you can have a cactus. That'll look nice. And maybe a potted plant can go live in the corner here. Make the X-ray room nice and festive. Maybe even, you know what? Another one. another one. This is going to be a wonderful X-ray department. It's going to look a little jungly in here. Now I don't like it on only the corners. I need something somewhere else. There we go. Yeah, the corner thing was bugging me. Now it looks like a jungle. It just happens to be the X-ray department. And of course, we're going to need to hire someone for that. So that is going to be a technologist. So technologist, I need someone with radiology, because that's what this department is. So 19 on radiology. Carol Harris, you're 49 on radiology. That's pretty good. And it's actually the best I've got here. And you got a little biochemistry under your belt, too. What are your little perks here? You're fast. That's good. However, you have a long commute. You can often be late for work. Well, the X-ray is not going to be first thing in the morning, so I think that's probably okay. They're going to have to go to the doctor first, and then... okay, all right. So we didn't get any money out of completing that objective, but we're going to get 10 more patients, which is good. That'll get us working towards our 30 patients per day thing, which probably... How many doctors do I have again? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4... We should be able to do that with 4 doctors, especially with 10 more patients coming in the door. We should be able to do that with 4 doctors. It's, it's only 9:30 in the morning. We've already got 1 done. And speaking of which, what's your deal, Frank Davis? You have a lactose intolerance. You came to the hospital for that? You came to the hospital for that? Most people can cope without that without any medical advice. Oh, all right. Well, you know what? If we're going to get some money out of you, probably not much, but if we're going to get some money out of you, that's fine. Don't drink milk or other milk products. There you go. I have passed doctor. I am 100% a doctor now. I've dealt with your lactose intolerance. Don't drink milk or other milk products. There you go. Technologist is on duty in the X-ray room. I like the X-ray room now. It looks good. Now, what else? Oh, you needed a waiting room, right? Or no, you're active. You are saying you're active, but I am going to put down one of my little miniature waiting rooms because people are going to need to go back and forth, I believe, to get their X-rays. So let me just do a little management here. We're going to do, once again, a little 2x4. Is that going to... Oh, that might bump into my corridor, though. All right, we'll put it on this side. That's fine. We'll put it on this side. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. 4x2 is now a waiting room. Excellent. Let's put a couple of couches down there. Remind me where couches live. Furniture. There we go. Sofa. How about some nice blue sofas to live in the new miniaturized waiting room? So over at the reception area... Let's see, Elizabeth Moore has not met the receptionist yet because the receptionist is apparently... Okay, you were taking a break. You know you're like the only one on duty, right? Yet no one has met the receptionist. Oh, come on, dude. Get over there, would you? I know it's a long walk. Aren't you supposed to be fast, though? No, you're the night owl, right? You're the night owl. Okay, well, get back over there and triage these people in the reception area so we can kind of figure out what's wrong with them before they even go anywhere. That would be very nice of you. And our new objective, apart from treating 30 patients per day, is to reach 2,000 profit at emergency. That honestly shouldn't be that hard, especially with 30 patients. I think we'll be fine to meet that objective. And while I'm here, what's your deal, Susan Moore? Oh, you're one of the nail fungus and or athlete's foot. It's probably nail fungus, Dr. Penge. I've dealt with this one before. It's probably nail fungus. Yeah, crumbly nail discoloration. This is gross. I don't want to talk about Susan Moore's problems anymore. Now, we have a technologist that is unnamed. So we've been kind of gradually naming people after some of the more frequent commenters and some friends of the channel and whatnot. And one of my very, very regular commenters said, hey, you haven't named anyone yet. And that was a not so subtle hint. I get it. I get it. You're looking for that. So you can be Techie. There we go. Polsk. There you go, Polsk. You can be Techie Polsk, and you are now in charge of the stat lab. That sounds like a terrible idea, but you're in charge of all the sampling and analyzing everything. And I think that kind of suits a little bit of what little I know about you. So Techie Polsk is on duty, and Dr. Bobcat has stopped playing solitaire and has actually deigned to treat a patient. What's the problem with the patient? You might have lupus. You might have iron deficiency anemia. Okay, well... What are we doing? Okay, we're doing a urine analysis. Techie Polsk, you're on that. And we've done a bunch of other stuff, and there's still more stuff we can do. I wanted to see if anyone was going to come in with, a broken arm and need to get an X-ray or something. Speaking of which, how's the... Oh, reception is empty. You've cleared your queue. Good job. Good job. So when you are on duty, at least you're getting something done. Now a part of me kind of wants to replace the waiting room with another receptionist area. Could do that. I'll have to have a little think about that. Do we want to make this a reception? I mean, it's going to cost us a salary to have the receptionist on duty. But at the same time, if that will speed people through the clinic, that might not be the silliest idea I've ever had. So Dr. Bobcat's coming out to summon a patient from the miniature waiting room out here, and it reminds me, what we don't have out here is a vending machine. Gotta get some vending machines going on in here, otherwise we're not bilking money out of people. Remind me, are those decoratives? No. Are they under furniture? Probably. I'm thinking that they are warming cabinet, vending machine. There we go. Yeah, make sure we're bilking all the money that we can out of them. Probably don't live right in front of the door. That seems a silly place for that. But you can live right over here, right by the miniature waiting room, just to remind people that vending machine is available for their high-calorie snack needs. And how about one right over here by the other one, too? Good. All right, where are we at? It's 11:30. We've only dealt with 5 people. Do we need to add doctor number 5 here? I mean, there's only so much we can do. There's a limit, I believe, of 200 staff members in any hospital. So it's not like I can throw up a ton of doctors because I'm going to need people for other things down the road. But somebody is finally using the X-ray department. You're getting X-rayed for bronchitis? Okay, yeah, no, I see that. You'd X-ray a chest for that, I guess. I'm not a doctor, but that seems largely sensible. This has been ordered by Dr. Bobcat. Dr. Bobcat has ordered the X-ray of Elizabeth Moore. And is the X-ray done now? Yes, the X-ray is done. The little X-ray, I love all the little objects. The little X-ray thing goes back and forth as she's operating the control panel down here. Oh, that's very good. And Elizabeth Moore was triaged in the reception, so we knew a little bit about Elizabeth Moore before she even got to Dr. Bobcat. Now, I assume she's going to go back to Dr. Bobcat. The thing is, we've already got 100% on bronchitis here. We've already got, but then yeah, Dr. Bobcat's got to outline some treatments for her. Where are you going, Elizabeth? Where are you leaving? Are you done? Where are you going? Are you gonna go? Oh, you're gonna wait all the way down here. What was my couches might have been occupied. Maybe I need to do more mini waiting rooms. Huh. Okay. I think we're gonna need doctor number 5. I really do, and it wouldn't kill us to kind of put that up near the new reception area. That way people can just skate into the new doctor. So let's start to... Now, I do want to have that be a corridor. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let me just earmark a new doctor's office. Now, those have to be 4x4. Let's see if we can get... How about 1, 2... Weirdly, 4x7... Because then, oh, no. If I do the corridor up here, I'm mostly talking to myself at this point. So yeah, 4x7, because that way my corridor can hopefully wrap around all of these other offices here. Okay, good. Walls, keep it simple. This will work. That and that. Good, and a door. Let's do the white door on this one. Got kind of a white door theme going on down here. And floors. How about AstroTurf? How about interlocking pavement? Because why not? This can be the diesel industrial. I don't know. See, that just looks like the unfloored stuff, the foundation stuff. No, that's not good at all. No, never mind. Take that idea back. How about asphalt? There we go. You can have an asphalt road. Maybe you can't. Okay. What exactly is the problem here? Okay, give me any floor at all then. How about just a black floor? What? There we go. Okay, you like that floor just fine. Probably the other one can only live outside. That would make sense. Boy, that's a little bit of a contrasting color you got there. It's going to be a very weird room, but this is going to be a doctor room. Yeah, give me clinic and give me... No, not the emergent, not the radiology. Actually, give me a doctor's office. There we go. That's going to live right there. And then we just need to flesh that out. So, start with, this is going to be a fidgety room. Okay, if we put the exam table over there, and we put the desk, long and thin doesn't really work in this game. Okay, office chair, sure, and the usual. The PC, yay, and the printer, yay, and the lamp above the whoozy what's at the exam table, yay. Now what? I'm going to need a bunch of cabinets, so jam those in here. One of those and one of those. Now a sink in the cabinet. And then the little tiny things, the CRP scan, so we can measure those C-reactive proteins. Got to get those C-reactive proteins measured. Otherwise, they're unmeasured C-reactive proteins. And one of these things, the machine that goes beep, not the machine that goes ping, that's a completely different machine, but the machine that goes beep, and then you raise your hand when you hear the beep. So that's all fleshed out. Of course, the eye test chart. Dear Lord, how could I forget about the eye test chart? Eye test chart doesn't actually want to live anywhere. There we go. And anything else that we actually need? No. Oh, we need an equipment cabinet. Okay, where can we squeeze that in here? Yeah, a little bit of an odd room here, but there it is. That covers our basics. Is there anything else we can put in here just to flesh it out a little bit, make it look a little different? I mean, it already looks pretty different with the black floor. How about in, you know what? You've got the eye test chart. How about an eye poster? So you can learn about your eyes while you're doing the eye test. And then, can we squeeze a plant in here? I bet we can. There we go. Delightful. All right. New doctor, please. What do we got? Okay. We have Daniel Anderson, who, like others that we've seen, actually has 0% skill in general medicine or diagnosis. You're actually not a doctor. You're not a doctor, sir. I know you've shown up to the interview here at the Wee Hours Help Place, but you're actually not a doctor. You could be a construction worker for all I know. You have 0 skill in doctor. Now, Patricia Hall, right behind you, only has 4% skill. But you know what? She's 4% a better doctor than you are, Daniel Anderson. Now, Brooke Williams, on the other hand. Oh, Brooke Williams, I like the look of you. You're 73 years old, though. Dear Lord, woman. How long do you plan to be at the Wee Hours Boo Boo Help Place? Because I feel you should have retired a bunch of years ago, but you are outstanding. You have learned a lot in your 73 years about doctoring. 93% in general medicine. Acute medicine, 91. 93 in diagnosis. You can even run the anesthesiology place if you want to. Yeah, I got to have her. I mean, she's way pricey, though. Wow, that's a lot of money. Well, I mean, you're worth it. You're totally worth it, but I don't know if we can afford you. Just everyone else on this list is terrible. And, better diagnosis, churn them and burn them. Get these people in and out. You're hired, Brooke. You are 100% hired, and you are straight to work. I like that about you. I might think about another staff room down here, and maybe another restroom for that matter, because everyone's got to walk all the way around here. Now, this parking lot. Can I carve out a chunk of this? I actually don't know the answer to that question. Can I not have a parking lot? Could I maybe make this into a corridor? No, I can't. Okay. You know what? I want to undo that then, please. No, don't do that. Dynamite everything, including foundations and room markers. Probably don't do that. Don't do that. You know what? That can just stay as is. I'll deal with it later. It's fine. I just wanted to see if I could wrap this corridor all the way around here because the layout, I did kind of have a plan for the layout. I don't know if it's working out the way I want it to, but I'm going to kind of just live with it for right now. Yeah, I gotta feel that taking the more expensive but far more qualified doctor was a good move because she got her first patient in and out the door in no time. This guy barely walked in the door and she diagnosed him with beef tapeworm, which is just sounds terrible, Frank Rodriguez. I really want you to go home, and kicked him right back out. So got him in, got him seen. He was triaged in the reception, so we already knew a little bit about him before he got to the new doctor. Doctor figures out beef tapeworm, kicks him out the door with whatever it is she gave him. I don't even want to know. So I gotta feel that was the right way to go, because over the long term, if she's churning and burning people faster, that's just going to be more money to pay her salary and more money in the long run. I think that was a smart move. I'm okay with what I did there. Now, a couple of other things that I want to do in the advanced planning scheme of things. Now, I want that corridor that will eventually come out this back here to wrap all the way around here. But I want to start thinking about super long term now. Well, super long term within the next reasonable amount of time. And that's the second floor. I want to think about the second floor. So I want to put in an elevator now so that we're ready for that. So if I put one in, where does this live? Like that? If I put one in there, that doesn't make any sense, because then I wouldn't be able to put anything along the other side. However, if I put one in there, that's going to be pretty accessible. Well, it's going to be pretty accessible for this side of the building, but not really the other side of the building. Well, we can look at another elevator up there. My alternative is I could put one right here. It'll work just fine right in this nice little corner here. But I did kind of have that earmarked for a corridor. Okay, let's just put one down for now right here. So people come in, they're at reception. If they need to go upstairs for something, the elevator is right there. And then when we flesh this out over here, we'll put another elevator over there. My basic game plan is to flesh out the floor plan with the elevators and then bump the whole thing up a floor. I don't know how that's going to play out. I think there's other things we're going to need to do. Let me get it back on game mode here so we're actually treating people. And let's speed it up a little bit. Where are we at? See, it's 1:30 and we've only seen 12 people. That's not very good, team. That's not very good. We need to be seeing more people than that. Do we need to, is there an insurance company that we haven't unlocked that could be sending us people? No. No, we've got everyone unlocked. You're sending us 20 people and you're sending us 10 people. So we literally need to see everyone that you send us every day. Okay. That's fine. No, I don't want to stop taking you. I want to keep taking you. Okay. Maybe when we get that 2,000 daily profit in emergency, which will very likely happen at the end of this day, they might send us some more people. We'll find out. Well, we didn't get the 30 patients per day. We made it up to, well, mid-20s, possibly with doctor number 5 coming in first thing in the morning with everyone else. We might be able to get to 30. But we did reach our 2,000 daily profit in emergency, and now we need to, our next objective is to do hospitalization. So we need to start actually keeping people in beds and keeping an eye on them, and that's going to be quite a bit of stuff to get done. I'm really going to have a think about where all that's going to live, because it's no small shortage of things, and we'll kind of take a look at that in the next episode of Project Hospital. But until then, I'm Dave. Thank you as always for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. So just so we're all clear on the victory conditions here, I am last in everything. I am last in absolutely everything. 6th place, 6th place, 6th place, and 6th place.